Thank you. You're far too kind. This is Club 50 Sports, and I am here. My man is here. Manny C. I'm A Dub. We're here to talk sports. Manny, say something to the people real quick.
Yes, Adam, we're here. We're here. Another week of 1250 Sports, Adam. And yes, it's a great time of the year because we got NBA basketball coming up and you got the draft coming up. So we got a couple of things to discuss tonight, Adam. So let us kick us off. What we got tonight, Adam?
Absolutely. So we got the play-in starting tonight, and we've got the NFL draft approaching soon. But we got some word coming out of the city that we both live. The Miami Dolphins and Jaylen Ramsey have mutually agreed to part ways. Um, it seems like this is a ongoing story for the Miami Dolphins and
Yeah.
star players asking out, not
Yeah.
just from the Dolphins, but also from the Heat. If you follow the NBA, Manny, this is a big one. We're talking to all pro defensive back, and it seems like they've reached a point where they can't make it work anymore here in Miami. So, my question to you is this. Um, with Jalen Ramsey seemingly on the way out, playing for a different team in 2025. I know that's not good news for your Dolphins, but ultimately it is what it is. What team should be interested in attaining or acquiring Jalen Ramsey services?
I wanna say one team from the NFC. I'm gonna go with the Redskins. Um, I'm hoping the Dolphins don't trade him within the hour division because they're capable of doing that. Who knows? Um, I'm looking at a team, Adam, and the thing is that you also owe him $23 million. You owe him, like the contract says that you owe him 23 mil this season. So I think the Redskins have the cap space to accommodate his services for this fall. And I gotta say, man, the Redskins, man, after what I saw this past season, them going deep into the playoffs, I think this will be a good added piece to complement their defense and a well piece. He is on a Hall of Fame trend. Um, and he'll be a great help for the Redskins, Adam. What do you say?
I'm so upset that you said that. I am super, I'm pissed off that you said that because if you know anything about me, I don't like us necessarily agreeing on this show. Um, but that was the exact team that I was thinking about. Why?
Yeah,
Because you have Jalen Ramsey, um, who again does demand a lot of money, but you also have Jaden Daniels, who's
correct.
on the rookie contract. So who better to be able to go out there and sign players who have big price tags right now than a team who is on the cusp
Mhm.
of winning the championship. We saw this team go out there with a rookie quarterback and make it to the NFC championship game last year. Why is that so important? Quarterbacks take up huge cap space on most teams.
Correct.
The Washington Commanders don't have that issue. So to
Nope.
be able to go out there and acquire this type of player with a high price tag, and it'll probably only be for maybe another year or so,
Right.
maybe 2 or 3 years, and all of that would take place before Jaden Daniels is due to break the bank. Because that's exactly what this kid is ultimately going to do if he continues on this trajectory up. He's going to break the bank. But what better point in time than to go out there and be able to get all of these? I think that the Washington Commanders, with the cap space that they have, go out there. If the guys are still playing at a high level, go out there and get a Tyreek Hill. Go out there and get a Jalen Ramsey. Why not? You're not paying your quarterback right now. And I think that this is the perfect window of opportunity to go out there and grab a guy like Jalen Ramsey. Manny, I'm upset that you picked that pick, but great minds think alike, and you were right on point. They're one of the only teams that are right on the cusp of winning the championship, and they're not paying their quarterback big time money, and they've got a superstar in the making. The Commanders are the best choice for Jalen Ramsey right now, in my opinion.
Correct, Adam. And it's like you said, they're the only team right now that, other than the Patriots, but the Patriots are not there, or the
No,
Colts that
they-
have
they're not
they
on the
have an
cusp.
onslaught of cap space. But the Redskins, I thought about this team because they're not paying anyone like right now. At least that I know of, they're not paying no one. And this is a great opportunity for Jalen Ramsey to get a second Super Bowl ring because he already got one with the Rams. And Tyreek, man, I will not. Let me tell you, man, he might go for like a third round pick. Of course, the Dolphins will be going for the highest bidder. Whomever bidders high, that's where he's going. But like I think a second to a third, that's more or less where his range will be. But I think that he will be moved in the next coming days, Adam. Maybe by next week, we will be talking in this show about Jalen Ramsey.
But again, I think that the Commanders are a great landing spot because
Yes.
they can also play that fact that maybe they're not going to give as high of a pick as a two or three second or third rounder. But how many teams have the cap space to be able to bring a guy like this on board? Not very many teams, like you said, you mentioned a couple, but how many of them are on the cusp of actually being a team that can make it and compete for the Vince Lombardi trophy? We saw what Washington did last year. We saw what Jaden Daniels did last year. And I don't think it's a fluke. This kid is good. I mean, this is not pretend. He's this
He's good.
this
He's
this
good.
kid is a major player in the game right now. And with the Washington Commanders having the amount of cap space that they do, and being on the verge of being able to capture that championship, I think that the Commanders should go out there and try to get as many pieces, even if they are at high dollar price points, to be able to capitalize on Jaden Daniels' youth and him not being paid a lot right now. Again, my hat's off to you. That was a great pick. That was my pick. And we know our sports, bro. If anybody thinks anything otherwise, please make sure you leave it in the comments. If you think that there's a better landing spot for Jalen Ramsey once he's mutually traded from the Dolphins, please share those opinions, share those thoughts. Maybe you thought of something that we didn't. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, of course, and hit that notification bell. We got more videos coming to you. This is Club 50 Sports, and we out of here. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned, guys.